Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and watching tonight. This is actually the second time I made this video. The first time I had some smudge on my camera and it looked super bad. So, yeah, I had to redo the whole 16-minute video and scratch it. But I'm going to get straight to the point. You guys know who I am. I'm William Wadsworth. Follow me on Instagram at Will Wads. Training to be a fitness professional right now, fitness trainer. And tonight's discussion, or what I wanted to talk about, was a little bit of internet beef that's going on between two very prominent internet personalities. One goes by the name of Greg Doucette. The other goes by the name of, or Coach Greg, known otherwise. And the other goes by the name of Mike O'Hearn, the Titan Mike O'Hearn. Many of you probably know both of these men, or you know one of them. They both, I don't know if Mike O'Hearn makes YouTube videos or not, but I know Greg Doucette makes videos pretty regularly. I think he makes a couple a day or something like that. Both have been in the game for a long time. They're both very prominent on social media, both educated fitness influencers, and one more educated than the other. I guess I don't know the extent of Mike O'Hearn's education, but I know Greg Doucette is a very experienced trainer. He has world records in powerlifting, I believe, and he's a very, very successful bodybuilder, and he has a lot of years of experience for personal training. And he has a master's degree in kinesiology, so he's very qualified when it comes to health, fitness, and wellness. He knows what he's talking about. However, I don't always, and I'm just, I don't always agree with every single thing that he says, and that's okay. You don't have to. But what I wanted to sort of bring to light tonight was something that I came across, this beef that they're going through right now. So the beef is Mike O'Hearn put up this post that said, you don't have to do cardio to get abs. And if you, that's the gist of it. He said it in a more crude way. He basically said, if your coach is telling you that you have to do cardio to get abs, then your coach sucks, get a new coach, whatever. And he's saying that you don't need to do cardio to do abs. And a lot of people want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to be busting their ass on the treadmill for 2 hours a day to try and burn body fat and get abs. Because who does? That's no... Not only is it not fun to spend 2 hours running on the treadmill looking at the wall in front of you, it's 2 hours out of your day, and I'll get more into that later. And now Greg Doucette responded to this, I believe it was, he responded to this in a video, I think, and he talked about how, yes, actually you do need to burn calories. And his argument was that, you do need to do cardio to lose body fat. His argument was that you can't lose body fat without burning calories, and his body fat his argument was, to put it simply, you can't lose body fat without burning calories, and the best way to burn calories, to burn the most calories, is to do cardio. Is he wrong? No, he's not wrong. That's pretty true. However, there is also some truth to what Mike O'Hearn is saying. It's actually more truth in this case. Unfortunately, I think the point goes to Mike O'Hearn in this case, because he's kind of right. You don't actually need to do cardio to lose body fat. And I know this because I don't actually do cardio. And if anyone's seen me, if you've seen my Instagram, I'm not shredded, but I'm not fat by any means. And it is true. It is, going back to what Greg said, you can, and it is the most effective way to burn calories, yes, is probably on the very surface level, on the most basic surface level, the best way to burn calories, or the most efficient way to burn calories, is through cardiovascular activity. But that is very, very surface level. So now we're going to get into kind of more technical fitness stuff, and why Greg Doucette, I love a lot of the things that he says, and I love his videos, and I love his content. I think he is such an incredibly intelligent trainer. However, I don't agree with him on everything. And you can believe him if you want. He's obviously much more educated than me. I'm just, he has probably decades of experience, and I just have like 10, 11 years under my belt. And Mike O'Hearn, I don't even know how old he is. He's an actor. He's an actor, a fitness influencer, a bodybuilder. I don't even know what he's done, but anyway, I know he's not as qualified to be a coach as Greg Doucette is. So basically what Mike O'Hearn was saying is that you don't need cardio to get abs, or to allow your abs to show. Everyone has abs, obviously, but abs are muscles, they're the same as these. Abs are muscles, they're the same as everything else. They're built the same way. There's nothing different about abs than, my shoulders or my chest or whatever. So let's go into the fact of why was Mike right in this case, which is rare, and why was Greg wrong? Or I shouldn't say wrong. Why was he... It's hard to even say, because I know the audience he's trying to appeal to. He's trying to appeal to the mainstream audience of people who, this is the basic fitness information that everyone should know. The law of thermodynamics, calories in versus calories out. He's not wrong, and neither of them are wrong. However, I feel like Mike O'Hearn's advice in this case is superior, and I'll tell you why. Your body is an adaptation machine. We evolved over millions and millions of years to adapt to everything that is thrown at us. When you start playing basketball for a long time, first day you play basketball, you probably suck, right? It's not an easy sport. And then you start playing it a little more, and then you go a little more, and you keep trying, and you keep pushing, and you keep working. Your body is becoming adapted to playing the sport of basketball. You see, your muscles are becoming adapted to your shooting form. Your muscles are becoming adapted to, your dribbling or your running or whatever. Not only are your muscles becoming adapted, your central nervous system is adapting, and your mind is adapting. Everything is adapting to what we surround ourselves with. Why do you think you get tan? That's an adaptation. Because the skin, going into totally separate thing here really quick. The skin pigment is light, so that when you're out in the sun, the lighter your skin is, the more sun it soaks up. This is oftentimes why people who have red hair or who have really, really pale skin, this is why they burn easily, because they soak up so much more sun. And now being tan is the body's response to soaking up less sunlight. It's saying, okay, we don't need this much sunlight, so we're going to kind of block out those rays a little bit by making ourselves a little bit darker. I don't know a whole lot about the skin pigments in that case, but I think that's kind of how it works. So that's an adaptation. That's the point that I wanted to make here. Our bodies adapt to everything we throw at it. No matter what, our body will find a way to adapt to it. So let's go into the fact, why is Greg Doucette somewhat incorrect in what he's saying? You can burn calories by doing cardio. However, eventually your body adapts to the amount of cardio that you're doing. He's saying that you should do cardio year round. If you're doing it for a health perspective and to make your heart healthier and just to feel better because you like doing it, you like going on hikes, you like going biking, you like going on walks, yeah, definitely do that, 100%. However, if you're doing it for calorie expenditure, eventually it's going to lose its charm. And why do I say that? Because your body has a metabolism. Obviously, the law of thermodynamics, metabolism, calories in versus calories out. Your metabolism is on a spectrum. It's not just like a static line. It's not like, oh, you burn this amount of calories and then you get to this age and you burn this amount or this amount. It's constantly flowing and changing and responding to what you throw at it. So now, when you start going back to the activity thing, let's say I were to go out in the desert right now. I live in Arizona, so let's say I was to go out in the desert right now and I was to run for 40 minutes. I would burn a lot of calories, and it would be very hard, and I would be very tired, and I would be very sore after the end of it. And now I went and let's say I go do the same thing again tomorrow. My body recognized, oh shoot, we're doing the same activity. We need to figure out how to do this more efficiently. So how does it do that? What is efficiency? Calories are the body's fuel. Calories are not a physical, tangible thing we can hold. They are a unit of measurement of energy. They're energy, and it's a unit of measurement. A unit of measurement for energy, excuse me. So when I go out there and I run 40 minutes, the second time, I'm going to be a little bit better at running that 40 minutes. So not only are my muscles going to be a little bit more adapted to running, my cardiovascular health is going to be a little bit more adapted to running at that time. My metabolism is going to be adjusted to that. It's going to slowly adjust itself and work itself towards whatever I'm doing. So the first time I do that, it's going to burn a lot of calories. Your body does not want to burn a lot of calories. Your body wants to survive. Calories are energy. So the more calories your body has, the more energy it has, the longer you survive. That's adaptation. That's evolution. Now, when I do something and it's really, really hard and I go do it again, my body's going to get adapted to it. It's going to say, okay, we know how to do this now. Let's become more efficient at this. And it's going to do the same activity, but with less calories. It's going to become more efficient. This isn't a bad thing. This is just how our bodies work. Now, let's also do the same thing with, now let's put it in the perspective of years. So a lot of people you see in the gym, kind of heavy set people, not terribly overweight, not obese, but kind of heavy set people. You see them in there doing the same thing. You do 2 hours on the treadmill every single day. If you've been in gyms long enough, I'm sure you've seen these people. And they, for the most part, over the years, they look remotely the same, and they do the exact same thing every single day. And 2 hours of cardio is supposed to burn a lot of calories, right? Well, figuratively. Now, what happens when you do the same thing over and over and over again? You become more efficient at it. And I know I'm hammering this point home, but it's so important. So basically, long story short, your metabolism adjusts to that, and your body is going to figure out, how can we do this activity without expending as much energy? How can we become more efficient? And that's what cardio does. Cardio makes your body adapting and performing an activity to be more efficient and burn less calories. So you can run for 45 minutes and burn a ton of calories. However, the next time you do it, you're going to burn a little less. Next time you do it, you're going to burn a little less, and so on and so forth, until eventually you're burning, where you would have been burning 500 calories before, maybe now you're only burning like 150 to 200. And that's insane. That's, now you're doing 2 hours of cardio and burning, 200 calories. And then that's why people oftentimes don't lose weight off cardio alone. And if anything, they gain more. So that's why Greg Doucette wasn't entirely right. Now, why is Mike O'Hearn kind of right in what he was saying? He was saying you do not need to do cardio to get abs. Everyone has abs. I have all the same muscles as you guys do. I have all the same muscles as Greg Doucette or Mike O'Hearn has. However, there's different sizes, there's different shapes. They have more body fat or less body fat than me. Everyone has muscle and fat cells. They shrink or they grow, or they shrink or they grow, they expand or they shrink, whatever. And well, there is another whole scientific thing that I could get into about, eventually if you go from super skinny to super fat really quick, or you eat a lot of calories really quick, your body will actually build fat cells to learn how to store more fat. And then once those fat cells are there, you can't actually get rid of them. That's why the procedure of liposuction was invented. Not inherently a bad procedure, but anyway, that's not what we're talking about. So why was Mike O'Hearn kind of right? You do not actually need to do cardio to lose body fat. Why? Because adaptation, when you go and lift weights, what are you doing? A lot of people know this. When you go and lift weights, or you go and use resistance bands or do some pull-ups or whatever, you are breaking your muscles down. Your muscle fibers are getting torn, and then your body recognizes, oh shit, we need to figure out how to do this more efficiently. You see what I mean? It's going back to the adaptation thing. How can we do this more efficiently so this becomes easier? So they build muscle. See what I mean? And what happens when the body builds muscle? This is very expensive for calories, for the body to keep on. It's very expensive calorie-wise. It costs a lot of calories to do this. So when you build muscle, the more muscle you have, the more calories your body burns on a day-to-day basis. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm sure this isn't the same for everyone, but there's a number out there. It's like 1 pound of muscle equals an additional 50 calories burned per day just by doing nothing. So let's say you burn 2,000 calories a day and you put on 5 pounds of muscle, you're burning about 2,250 calories a day by doing the same things you were doing before, but now you have 5 pounds of muscle. Not only do you look better, your abs show more because you built your abs, you built your body. So not only do you look better, you look sexier, you look leaner, and there are thousands of other benefits to resistance training that I will get into at a different time. But not only do you look better, you will feel better, you'll be stronger, and your body will be burning more calories naturally without even doing any extra work. And that doesn't, and that's why Mike O'Hearn was inherently correct. The way he said it and the way he delivered it was not a good way to get his point across. What he should have said is, lift weights, increase your body's natural metabolism, build muscle. That's the science behind it. And that's what he should have said. The way he said it, though, was, designed to get views or whatever. I understand it. So it would be really amazing if I could somehow talk to Greg Doucette about these things, or if I could, if he responded to this or saw this or liked this or whatever, that would be awesome. Because I think this is an excellent discussion that we can have. And, long story short, who should you listen to? Definitely Greg Doucette. He puts out very consistently amazing information. This was just one oddball case where Mike O'Hearn was actually correct. Just the way he delivered it was not necessarily the way that a lot of people are going to retain it. So, long story short, the more muscle you have, the more calories your body's going to burn on a daily basis. So build muscle, and the fat will essentially melt off of you, if that makes sense. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram at WillWads, WILLWADS, and let me know what you want to see next. Like, comment, share this with someone, and yeah, blow this up. Good night.